Hey, 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 hey. All right. Well, see, look, it done went off and it went back to my old ways.
You ain't do the fade?
Yeah, I hit the fade and I thought that the fade was gonna cut the music off.
Oh,
and so then when I hit that, it went away. Then I went down instead of tapping it again, went down to the thing and it just cut out. So abruptly, you guys got the Four Horsemen today. What's going on there, ladies and gentlemen? The Four Horsemen back on the saddle again, man. About to get at this busy week of wrestling with other news and all that good stuff, man. Can't wait to get started. Got my boy Q in the building. How goes it, brother? How we doing today?
Man, can't call it, man. Man, I'm trying to feel like we the Ric Flair and Arn Anderson of the group. Because with the Horsemen, them two, you always saw them two, regardless of what other numbers were in. You saw Flair, and you saw Arn Anderson.
Hey, that's kind of hard because one of them won, one of them Shawn Michaels, and the other one was almost Slick Marginetti a little bit. But wait a minute, did Arn ever win a heavyweight title though?
No,
I don't think so.
No, he probably had every other title. I mean, he was TV champion, he was US champion,
tag champion. They stayed with the tag title.
But him and Taylor stayed with tag. But
they stayed with the tag titles. He even had, he'd had multiple partners. But yeah, I'm just thinking about that. No, he probably wasn't that. I mean,
you remember, and I don't know. I think I ever checked the fact, but on TV, Rick was saying that Arn Anderson was his cousin. You remember that? They were supposedly related, but I kind of feel like he was the one. Flair was the one that was always going to be on top, regardless. He's like, look, you ride with me, you family, you my boy, but I'm getting the main title. You can take care of the scraps afterwards. So that's kind of always.
And Rick never turned. They never turned on each other though. They may have went their own way, but did I ever see a turn where they jumped the Ric Flair or something like that?
No.
Did they ever happen?
No, I don't think so.
Or did they ever jump Arn Anderson?
They went their separate ways before. They always come back. They may even had a couple matches here and there, just out of almost like Arn would win some kind of number one contender match, and they would always tease a few, but it never happened. And that I can remember. So I don't know.
Right. Okay, yeah, because that was something I just thought about because everybody is so quick to turn on turn on each other stuff like that, and hey, if there might be hope for New Day. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with the latest news.
Especially with the latest news. We're going to get on that a little bit later because I got to talk. Golly, bro. Like, come on. Like we just gonna blow opportunities because we can't get our stuff together, man, out personally in this world, man. It's unfortunate, but man, thanks for rocking with us, man. I'm sure we'll have some people on here in a second. We got a Faith on that. Yeah, was it what's his name?
Corey.
Corey might be jumping in and stuff in the comments and hanging with us. But look, in the meantime, y'all, don't forget to like and subscribe. All of the information that's on the bottom ticker and stuff like that, we would love that to expand the Four Horsemen family. Get the stable big with fans and just knowledgeable of wrestling, but not only that, sports, life in general and stuff like that. We want to grow that. So Instagram, X, YouTube, like and subscribe, cut the notification bell on. Anytime this show goes live, you guys will be here with us from the beginning and jump in the conversation and stuff, because we will, once you start commenting and stuff like that, we will address, unless it's a bot or whatever that's saying that Barack Obama had a baby on the way or something like that. I'll go ahead and delete that real fast or whatever. But if you got something that you want to talk about or whatever, go ahead and drop that off into the chat. I'm going to put this up on X and we can go ahead and get started and put this link out there to all of our friends out there that we are live and we are ready to go. And we're going to start off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say before we get into wrestling, I mean, we're coming off of the Labor Day holiday. So how is like you on a different planet? Like, how is Labor Day in Arizona for you? Like, what do y'all do in Arizona Labor Day?
I mean, it was my daughter said it was boring. because we said it was a holiday, and I guess my daughter thinks that when this holiday and stuff, we're supposed to invite people over. We're supposed to, you know, have cookouts and and all the other stuff. And we was like, nah, we chilling today, baby. Labor Day and Memorial Day hit different.
And they do.
Right?
They do.
Because Memorial Day is like, man, and we finna get out here on this grill. This is almost the first day or something. You know what I'm saying? School
Yeah.
finna be out. Labor Day is just like we just finna sit our head down today.
And it's funny you say that because in my head, the whole grilling, having people over, that was the plan. Because this year, so my wife's birthday is September 2nd. So I knew that every year. So this year it actually fell on Labor Day. So my
Oh,
mind,
happy birthday, Miss
appreciate
Q,
it,
Miss
appreciate it. So
Cox,
my
Miss
so
Cox,
my
happy birthday.
so my view was, okay, we can have I can get on the grill, cook out, we can invite some people over. Again, this is all in my head. I ain't saying nothing to the wife about it. So the day before, the wife was like, I don't really feel like hosting people over. I just want to, kind of hang out. And that's so he just strapped it. So when she said that, I'm like, well, cool. I ain't finna grill there, because it's like, what's the point? So we just kind of chilled and ordered some food out. So it was like, yeah, no.
I was surprised. She'd be like, no, I still want you to grill, but I don't want to.
That's what I was expecting. But then her whole mood was like, no, I'm just chilling. And then so I'm so again, September, that's Virgo season. I'm surrounded by Virgos because my wife's birthday is today. No, sorry, my wife's is yesterday. My mom's birthday is today. So it's literally the day before, the day
Happy
after each other.
birthday, Mom. Look at all these birthdays
So
coming in.
yeah, so Labor Day and that whole weekend, that first weekend in September, always is different for me because of that. So I'm
And
trying to plan
then we
something
got
forward. So.
one of the horsemen. His birthday is coming up this month. Mark.
Yeah,
His birthday
March and
coming up
September.
on September and stuff. I have a sister that her birthday is coming up on the 20th and stuff. So yeah, no man, I know some people with birthdays and stuff outside of my sister and stuff like this. So man, shout out to everybody who celebrated Labor Day by either grilling and stuff like that, because and inviting people over, which is kind of irritating because they got to go to work. I mean, but they got to go to work Memorial Day, the day after Memorial Day too. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It just
so it's
hit
different.
different.
Yeah.
It still hit different because this
Yeah.
one was just like we just gonna sit down and we gonna chill. But celebrate. Shout out to everybody who celebrated and was pretty inebriated at work this morning. So we're gonna jump right into the SmackDown recap and just kind of go over that real quick. They were in Berlin.
And I do believe this I want to say this, it wasn't taped, but it was live in Berlin, so it happened around like 11 o'clock our time, so like that
Right.
morning, and then they just showed the replay later on at night. But yeah.
Right, it was, and I had to get off of Twitter because people
They're
were
spoiling stuff. Yeah.
was spoiling and stuff, because we weren't going to be able to partake in it until it was later on down the line and stuff like that. Which they had some matches and stuff. What was that? LA Knight defended his title against Ludwig Kaiser. We all know the hometown thing and stuff like that. It was different though because the people didn't know who to cheer for. Like, it looked like LA was trying to be a little heelish, but it was kind of playing off of how they was vibing with him or whatever.
Someone was cheering Ludwig Kaiser. So yeah, because you're in his home country, so you expect.
Man, what would have been dope was if they let our boy Gio Da Vinci came in and wreck shop. Why he would? Why? I mean, no, bro.
Because he hadn't debuted yet. That's the only reason. If he debuted,
that's your debut right there. I don't give a truck what it is, bro. You need to come get your leg back, bro. Pause. They annihilated you, bro. So much so that they made you change, that you got drafted to another show without getting so you just got punked pretty much.
Now I can't remember if it was on SmackDown there or Raw, but Michael Cole actually mentioned that when he had a match, Ludwig did, and he said this is just like he injured his former partner, Giovanni. So he had him on the steps and got rid of him from run him into the steps. So they mentioned that on Raw. So we all kind of know it's happening. It happened. It's not like one of them things where WWE tries to make you forget about stuff, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
So I was mad, but there was an opportune time that they missed. I just literally thought about that when I was looking at some of the stuff that went down. Um,
How
they
many of
seem.
these? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you
I was
supposed
about
to
to
say?
say how many of these Carmelo and Andrade matches you gonna
Bro, I
get?
was going right to that
I
because
know
I
you.
was going right to that because now they must watch the show because now they're keeping count at the bottom of the screen
Oh,
now.
are they? Okay, yeah. I didn't
Yes,
pay
I
attention
saw
to that. Yeah,
two. I saw 2 and 2. So now we're 2 and 2
yeah.
in this thing. And so unless they're doing the best out of 5, the people are loving it. The match they had was good.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Again, however, would you stop it at 5 and just let that be the end all right there, or do you go ahead and do 7,
As
which is something that maybe you do it? Excuse me. Is a bad blood a multiple? Because maybe they
uh
could be like they're building a bad blood
bad
thing, and
blood thing. Yeah.
that could be
Well,
the
the only
last
issue with bad
match.
blood is because that's not like the whole month of September. I don't think they're doing it. There's not a PLE, so bad blood is October 5th. So it's that first weekend of October. So you got a whole month to build or do whatever you're gonna do to build up the bad blood. So I don't know. All the
I
other
mean, they
matches have been on
could.
SmackDown. It may be another SmackDown match. I don't know.
I mean, but maybe they feel like that's a pay-per-view quality match, and
Maybe,
they will
maybe, yeah,
probably
yeah.
if it was the 7th match, why not
That
do it on Bad
that
Blood?
game 7, yeah, be on the pay per view. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
And maybe they've been practicing pull out the stops on that one, man, and
I
pull
thought
out
you
all
about.
the stops
I thought you
on
about to
that
say.
one.
I thought you about to say they practicing pulling out. I'm like, oh, it's a pause.
No, we ain't talking about them. We ain't talking about them damn Samoans. We ain't talking about them because we know
Oh,
they ain't practicing that. Let's see. We had a Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, the random thing. I think people in the back kind of liking it, so they're still pushing it out there. Now they're finna get into a program with A Town Down Under.
So I think
And stuff like that.
and I mean, they've done it already. They're making Baron Corbin a face, and I guess to make him a believable face, they're teaming him with Apollo Crews. So they're just putting the tag team, them two together because they don't know what to do with him, man. So we'll see if it doesn't go anywhere. I would not be surprised if we don't see Apollo and Baron Corbin around much longer. So
Who, if you had to pick one, who would you pick and push?
I like Baron Corbin. I think I know I want to keep Apollo, but I don't know. It's just one of the things. Now, me personally, I don't know why they got rid of the Nigerian gimmick. I thought that was like his best gimmick, and it worked for a while.
That's just like Kofi Kingston
Yeah,
gimmick and
yeah, I
stuff
know,
when
I know,
he was
I
Jamaican.
get it,
Let's
I
stop.
get it,
Let's
but
stop it.
I get it. But here's the thing: if he had, it's the switch up thing. If he had came out talking like that and talked like that the whole time, it wouldn't be an issue. But because we've seen his regular voice, and now all of a sudden you're trying to talk Nigerian, yeah, it doesn't play well. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I forgot somebody had put out there. Didn't he have both of the belts during COVID? During that whole thing, he had they say he had the US title and the Intercontinental title during that time.
Yeah, not at the same time, but during that reign, yeah, he had won both titles. One because they kept switching. You know, he's one of them superstars when they don't know what to do with him, they put him on, they switch him, they draft and put him to a different show, and try something different. And it always ended up being the same.
Right.
But
I
but
just
that,
saw some.
but yeah,
Just saw some. Hulk Hogan said that he has signed a 5-year deal with WWE.
Now here's the thing, because in that same interview, because it happened on Logan Paul's podcast. I think Hulk Hogan is suffering from CT or something, because he said that he also mentioned that about the fans not showing him any love. He had the audacity to say if they can forgive Chris Benoit for the crap he did, then they should
No,
be able
he
to give me. Yeah, oh yeah, it's in that interview.
no, he didn't,
And in
bro.
that same interview, he said Logan Paul can end up being a face. He's I can see. He said they hate you so much. He said if you was to team up with Roman to help stop the bloodline, you'll instantly turn into a babyface. Like he's just shooting off the hip, just random stuff, on this podcast. So yeah, it's Logan Paul's podcast that he was just on. So yeah,
Oh my God. So
Hulk,
what's her name? I be tripping off of her. Her name is Lovely
lovely
LaRue.
LeVeau, yeah, yeah,
Lovely.
yeah,
She was like, I'm
lovely
finna go
LeVeau.
get the Grim Reaper, man.
Right.
Enough is enough.
No, they read the comments. Everybody say, "Go ahead, you got, what you
Oh
waiting
my
on? Go and do it." So
God.
yeah, oh
I
man.
sent her a shout. I just brought this up on our live, girl. Come check us out. Brought you up on the live show. But yeah, no, so no, that's crazy. That was something that I just saw
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there about
It,
that.
it just
So
happened today. He mentioned it, so I don't know if that's
right.
true or not.
So let's see what else we had. Yeah, we were talking about that. Another thing, Meechin.
I
Meechin
was
continues
I was just about to say,
she
her,
continues to grow and stuff like that. I like this. I like this. She's not with the with the the good brothers and them
brothers,
stuff
yeah.
anymore. She kind of doing her own thing. I don't know where AJ is right now. Maybe he'll pop up
Yeah, he's still
in a
around.
little
I
bit.
saw some pictures of him doing. He's doing house shows. Like when they was over in Germany, he was doing some dark matches and stuff. He just hadn't been on SmackDown on TV.
Right. So I don't know, man. And they kind of put to bed that women's mid card title and stuff. I ain't heard nothing about that in a while and stuff
Oh,
because
yeah, it probably
Meechin is a good candidate for that, by the way.
you hear what the other thing they do. It probably turns into this speed belt they're doing. They doing a women's speed title on Twitter.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, bro! I
nobody
saw.
watched the men's. Why you adding the women's one? But
I
yeah,
know, no, but well, they, you know what? Unless they bringing out these numbers that say that Speed is doing really well and is doing more than AEW and all the other stuff,
no, yeah,
and stuff like that. So evidently,
maybe.
there are some people I don't even know when this shit come on. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I think I've seen commercials. I think it's like Wednesday, but it's like during the day, maybe like 11, 12 o'clock during the day. Yeah, and unless you on Twitter during that time, you don't see it. So
um, yeah. So Nia Jax, ran into a little issue. This almost is they're teasing it with it because she kind of looked at her when she had that briefcase like, dang, I can go
what do
ahead
you
and
do?
possibly cash in.
Yeah,
And then Nia looked at
yeah,
her like, what are you doing?
yeah. They're gonna keep doing
And
that until they
yeah, they're
finally.
gonna keep
Yeah,
doing that. And BBL Bailey came back.
yeah.
She came back, so she's back in our graces.
But
Ladies and
what
gentlemen.
you talk about me Chin? I don't know how long. I don't know how if we're gonna see her next week or not, this week or not, because you see her how the match finished when she put that garbage can on her and then dropped down on her.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
man. She overkill. They
yeah.
basically put that whole thing to rest. Like, I'm gonna squash you.
Lola
Just
responded
just
back.
go, yeah, just go find somebody else, man. That was brutal by Nia, but that make her look good, man. I liked it, like a vicious, a Samoan Nia Jax. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? You don't leave it to thought that you finna come out here. Like when like the time where like Alexa Bliss was beating her, like that shit ain't believable, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's not believable. You know what I'm saying? So I like this Nia. We ain't talking about making her Roman Reigns with the title reign and stuff like that. But let's be real. Now, if anybody gonna beat her, I'm gonna put Jade on there and I'm gonna put Bianca on there. Those are people that I think are believable, but we're not doing anything other than that. So
right. I
um
see the poster. So Lola responded back to your tweet. So
she
you
did.
you might want to mention that. But we talked about Hulk Hogan and his comments on. All she responded back was me question mark.
Oh, yeah, you. Yeah, you. I don't know. It may have popped in for a second and saw us and stuff for a second. But yeah,
Yeah, she's
we
on.
just
I see
brought
it now.
you up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just brought that up because that was pretty funny to me because, like,
yeah.
man, Hulk Hogan was everything to me when I was a kid, man. I loved the music, the whole thing. But now, man, it's like as I done got older and you start seeing people for who they are, you know what I'm saying? Oh, snap.
Yeah, that's what I said. She's on. Yeah,
She on. Oh,
but that's what we're
well,
talking about. We're talking about Hulk Hogan's comments on
yeah, we were talking
Logan
about no, we
Paul's
weren't talking about you and
podcast.
anything, negative. It was, we were doing the show and I saw your tweet about Hulk Hogan and the thing and about the Grand Reaper. That was pretty funny to me. I had to stop and acknowledge it or whatever. So hey, appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, now Hulk Hogan was, man, everything to me. But then you get older and you see, people for who they are, man, and like that's why there was always something. Thank you, appreciate that,
I
appreciate
appreciate
the
that.
love, appreciate that. uh you know, you should never meet your star, the people that you know what I'm saying?
Was it never meet your heroes? Or something?
Never meet your hero. Thank you. That's what I want to say. Because I'm scared to meet, you know, it's people that I want to meet and stuff like that. But I just think that they gonna be like real deal assholes when you meet them. You know what I'm saying?
The fear. Yeah, that's the fear. So
somebody confirmed that with me. It was another person I wanted to meet was Ken Griffey Jr., right? So they said that man was a big asshole, bro.
Really?
And Ken Griffey Jr. seemed like he was cool, you know what I'm saying? Cool in the fan. But they said he was an asshole. But so it's hard to, you know, so I just kind of sit back and I sit back and I chill and you know, on things like that or whatever. But for you to bring up Benoit and stuff like that about you know, stuff like that, that was kind of whack. That was kind of whack. Very unnecessary. Let's see what else they had. You know, they had a KO and stuff like that. They built up their match and all the other stuff. I think we pretty much covered all of that, so we can go into Bash in Berlin. And I actually missed most of that because I was, you know, Ashton. He has a coach and stuff that he practices and stuff with. You know, baseball and stuff like that. So he had batting practice day or whatever. So I wasn't able to catch a whole lot. So were you there from the beginning?
Yeah, I was the pay-per-view. So I was saying, this was one thing I love about these international shows is because they're in the middle of the day, especially on the weekend, as opposed to trying to catch a night show. So yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I was chilling at the house, and so I had it on. Just like any other international crowd, the crowd was amazing. The crazy, just the reactions and the pops that people got and just the chance they got. So yeah, it was a wild show.
You know what? I think they meet up, bro. They meet up and they
like planned it ahead of time.
They plan ahead of time to shit on American fans. Like because they right, like I guess because it's like they don't really have it over there, so of course they can come lit.
Yeah, it's not that they shitting on American fans. It's just that because they
not like that. I mean, I'm talking about like cheering, like the cheering, and we're gonna outdo you guys. Let's see what we can.
I can see that. Now, what's also
that's
cool
what I was saying
is that the way they the show, I guess you call it the lights and everything. Because I heard there was only like maybe 30,000 people in there, maybe even less than that. I forget what the number is.
No, bro. They said it was like 14, 13,
okay,
13, 14.
That's what I'm confused about. Yeah, 13,000. Something like that. So because the way the lighting is, it looked like it was about 35, 40,000 in there. Because the way the sound that they was coming out, the way they was chanting, the way they was interacting,
the camera shots were angled. Yeah.
And if anybody, AEW needs to learn how to shoot their show a little better. Because again, if they can pull that out with 13,000, well, come on now. So we're not going to bad mouth AEW, but still, they know the issue they have with the crowd, and they need to figure out how to film it better. Anywho, Bash Berlin was a good show. I forget who
the first one was. It no, I thought did they start off with Cody and KO?
Yes, they did. Yes, and that's when they said that they was going to open the show. I knew that the Gunther was going to be the main event. You know, he's in his home country now, so yeah, that was the right move, I think, to separate those two matches. So one in the beginning, one at the end. So
right, yeah. So I mean, we kind of knew what was going to happen with that, you know, with KO and stuff. It looks like he was struggling with some of his move sets and stuff like that because let me say this. There are some people that are born to be heels. To me, KO is one of those people. Randy Orton is another one.
I think the Miz is one too.
And who? The Miz?
The Miz, yeah.
Thank you very much. So I think that he was struggling with some of his moveset because it kind of brought, and that's what I was saying. I think I said something about it last week that this is going to take him on a path to discover who he is because he didn't do the apron power bomb.
But that was on purpose. He wanted
on purpose and stuff like that because that's his friend and all that other stuff, and that was going to play into how KO always turn on his friends and stuff like that. So
he claimed he did not want to go back to being that person. So we'll see how long that stays, that he keeps that. So,
and he also brought up the fact that he ain't had that title and stuff since Triple H interfered and people didn't respect him for that. I think Bash in Berlin, ladies and gentlemen, started KO on the road to getting their belt back. I think we're finna move up. Hey, you can make that face all you want to, man, but We finna move back on up into KO winning him a heavyweight title. He had tag titles. We saw him with the U.S. title. He may have had the Intercontinental title, but I think that one of the biggest one of the big unjust things that have happened was with Finn Balor and KO, with them not being able to get their titles back, and they've been pros about it. They've been here and stuff like that, and I think they should go ahead and move that into happen. It ain't got to happen. In the next 3 or 4 months or something like this. It's going to be believable. Maybe he wins Money in the Bank. Maybe he wins the Royal Rumble in 2026 or whatever. It's time to get KO back up to where I think that he can be, because he puts on good matches.
What, does he get another title before Randy Orton does? So that's the elephant in the room.
Yes.
Is at some point Randy Orton's gonna turn and he's gonna get that match with Cody. So,
but he's not gonna beat Cody. He's not gonna beat Cody. I think his time is up, bro. Are you gonna win it? Are you gonna win it just to lose it? Like, I just don't see any good matches and stuff. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is the only logic or the view that I see, because I think he's one behind John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does get one, and we know Cena's going on his tour next year, his retirement tour, you could have a match with them two, both having 16 times, with the record in mind, with Ric Flair's record hanging above the head, that if whoever wins breaks their record. However you want to do it. If they decide to go that route, they probably won't, but that's one of the things that a lot of people are predicting, that Randy Orton will eventually turn on Cody. Now, whether he wins it or not, again, that's up in the air. We don't know, but I think he will get another shot at that title before KO does, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he would.
But you said you got to win it though.
Yeah, but you can, hey, brand. They do the little draft and stuff like that. KO can go over there and that'll be a match with Gunther. You know what I'm saying? It's so many people that you can possibly do that can put that stuff on there, because obviously, again, you got Finn Balor over there. You don't know when he's going to release the Demon again, because I bet you it's going to happen. And when he do, he's going to win the strap when he does it. So I don't know. So that was a good match. Like I said, I just feel like how that match went and how the end of it looked and stuff like that. We're about to get this long road with KO, trying to figure out who he is and stuff like that. So, let's see, what was the Jade and Bianca new tag champs. What you think about that?
You got the belts back. I knew eventually they would win the titles back. I honestly wasn't expecting them to win it back at this PLE, only because they've given Fire and Dawn so many opportunities to keep those titles. Now they lost it on the international show, so they won it back on the international show. So maybe that was the logic behind. But here's the thing though: if we're going to get Bianca and Jade at some point, then they need to have those tag titles like 365, like for an entire year before they decide to break it up. Because the one thing about the tag titles, especially on the women's side, is that you constantly losing interest in it, because all these makeup tag teams, you win it, drop it, win it. People win it, and you never see the team again. Like, who has the tag belts? They need to hold those titles. I'm talking about like not necessarily a Roman Reigns type of reign, as far as that long, but at least we're in September now. They need to hold it at least till
Mania.
Yeah, to Mania. If you can hold it to around February, and then you decide then, okay, here's the time to cause some tension between the two, and they break up, and you have that match at Mania.
Yeah,
maybe that's the plan. But
there you go. Okay,
they need to hold those belts for a while.
Yeah, maybe the Tonga twins and stuff will be ready to come and take care of business and stuff by that time too.
Maybe.
Going back to hold up before we said that. So, who would you put the belt on, Randy Orton or The Rock? Because people are saying The Rock need to hold the belt and stuff, and they've showed that with them switching the belt. Hey, let me hold this and da 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 da. Which one would you do
between the two?
Between Orton or The Rock?
The Rock doesn't need the title. I mean, unless so, yeah, that's Randy needs to get it. If you can do it just a tie, you're gonna have and even if you have a 3-way tie with who has the most titles between Orton, Cena, and Flair didn't do that. But yeah, now they can always come back to when The Rock was holding the title to get him a shot, even though he don't really need to do anything to get a title shot. But whenever he decides to come back, yeah, that'd be the issue. That he already said, when I'm coming back, I'm coming back for you. The match is already there. Whenever he decides to come back, so
Right, I remember. Yeah, we all remember that. But yeah, no, it's so the women got the titles and stuff like that. I do like that. Maybe I think with them having it can bring the women's division up, the tag division and stuff. As you can see, the let's see what Damage Control and
Perfusion Collective.
them. Man, that's gosh.
I know we're gonna get to them when we talk about
Yeah.
Raw, but when Sonya Deville said there's not a man in this audience that can go home with us, like we're like, duh. No.
Now wait a minute. Now
We know what type you like. I mean, so
I know, but Sonya will be the only one. That's just Sonya would be the only one.
Yeah, I, between the three, yeah, I get.
Yeah, the rest of the two, they can hold jackets at the club. You know what I'm saying? You always at the club. Shout out to the people at the club that got the person that hold the coats and wash the purses and stuff and wash the drink while everybody have. So
that's what the wingman is for. Yeah, y'all go distract them. We gonna
Yeah. Shout out to the wingman and the coat and the purse girl, man, and stuff like that. They hold it down. But yeah, no, that was crazy because I saw that. I literally rolled my eyes when I heard her say that. I was like, "Come on, man, really? Is that what we're doing?" Yeah. So let's see what else we have. We had
the strap match.
Yeah, the strap match. CM Punk and whatchamacallit. I called that this was going to be a Punk win. Because they want to keep this, going, and they're going to keep this going. We found out on Raw that this is going to be another. And man, did he did him in.
Oh yeah, because CM Punk said, "I'm done with Drew McIntyre. I'm focusing now on the world title." And
Drew said the same exact
the last
thing.
time.
He said the same exact thing, and it happened. But this was brutal, man. This beat down, like you broke the beads, you put them in his mouth and beat him in, like it was. Hey, that was.
You notice, and again, this happened on Raw, not Bash Berlin, but you notice when he did put him in his mouth, he drew blood, which sets up a bad blood match. Whatever type of match you have, add bad blood at the next PLE.
I already heard.
Yeah, I think I heard it too. So yeah.
What you say?
Like Hell in the Cell.
We said they be watching us, bro. Like they watch us because we said that was going to happen.
Yeah. That's the only other type of match.
That's the only way you're going to end this, because I said it was going to be 3 matches. I said that. We've said that. It was going to be 3. This was going to be 3 matches, and the rubber match was going to be inside of a cage or something. And somebody brought up Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, the only other option was because they've not had a first blood match in like forever. And again, I don't know. Blood is not as, I guess, restricted as it used to be. So the first person drawing blood probably wasn't going to be a big thing now. So that was the only other option: either a first blood match or Hell in a Cell. So.
Yeah, so that was a good match. And that was a good, I remember those matches back in the day, the strap match where you got to touch the pillar, each post and stuff like that and stuff. So I remember. I'm glad they've got a call back to that, and that was a pretty good match for them to have with this rivalry and stuff that they have going on. But that Hell in a Cell match is gonna be stupid as fuck, bro. Yeah. Whoever wins that one, I don't. That's gonna be a toss up to me. Because I can't.
Whoever loses is going to have to go away for a few months. You can't just come back on the next Raw after that type of match and be like, okay, let's move on to something else. Whoever loses is going to have to disappear for a couple months.
And that may be Drew, because you still got Seth Rollins waiting in the ring, in the wings for whatchamacallit, because he still got to do something with Bronson Reed and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe that happens at Bad Blood because they got Bad Blood because he injured him and all that other stuff, and then they pick up. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be a toss up on how they finish this rubber match with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Mm-hmm. before we get to the heavyweight, that was four
the
match.
mixed tag,
Three.
the mixed tags match, which Rhea
Oh,
and
the Terror Twins
Terrence
and
Twins,
what you think about
Lee.
that one?
I mean, it's cool. They had nice little spots. You saw the where Rhea got Dom in the with her legs wrapped around his neck, which is called back to when before he
When he
got the
was
judge day,
before he
he was
got
trying
it.
to get the
Yeah. No, I like how they did that as well. The crowd seemed to be hype for that. But this Judgment Day and Terror twin thing is far from over. We saw that Monday.
Rhea did pin Liv, so she has the right to now. She's
She
pinned
has a
champion,
right
so
to, yeah,
to get another title shot here. So
yeah.
we'll see where they go.
I don't know when you think she's gonna get the title back.
I don't know. Because I think they like this Dom and Liv thing, and they might push it on a little bit longer. This could be another bad blood match because all the heat that Rhea and Liv have for each other. But it would have to be something too where no one can interfere. I wouldn't say another cage match, but some type of match that where they can lace it, lock Liv up with Rhea, where she can't run. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, this is going to be that'll be a good one for Bad Blood and stuff as well. And keep that because that's rivalries and stuff only last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to a month, and and for the longevity of this CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, people are invested in that. And so now you got the callback with Liv and Rhea and stuff and how they didn't flip the roles, but this has been going on for a while, ever since Rhea turned on Liv because they were tag partners. They were tag champions.
Yeah.
They were tag champions.
Lost,
So for them to do that, this is what real rivalries and stuff are about and stuff like that. So, and plus we still got to get Damian
and Finn
Balor and stuff like that. So that's gonna be off the chain as well. So liking what they're doing with that. And last but not least, Gunther, old school Gunther.
And it was old school to the T. Ludwig came out there and interrupted Samantha Irving. Be like, no, I'm gonna introduce my guy. And he gave him the introduction.
I didn't know they've been rolling with each other that long. They've been rolling with each other since the Indies.
So, yeah,
that shows them.
I
didn't know that.
Yeah, they because that's what I think one interview said. What Gunther said he's known Ludwig since they were like kids. Like I think Ludwig's dad trained Gunther. So they like grew up training together when they first got into wrestling. Yeah, so because Ludwig's dad is like a big deal over in Germany. So.
Okay, yeah. So that's that was pretty cool to have him, introduced and got the crowd. The crowd was into it for both wrestlers. Just old school wrestling match. So much so,
the
finisher, man. We put shout out Brutus the Barber Beefcake and everybody else who has used the sleeper, man. I used to think that back when I was watching Brutus do it, man. I was like, he'll put them to sleep, cut their hair, and slap the back of their neck, and they got hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now that move was transitioned into just a move that is just as common as the freaking abdominal stretch. Okay, and so now that Gunther, he used his skill set and how he wrestles, which makes this man gold, and which is going to make this title reign longer than what we think it's going to be. He wears you down throughout the match, and so much that you're tired that if somebody put a sleeper on you, and he made Randy Orton go to sleep. Okay, like let's talk about that for a minute. He made Randy Orton go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Crazy. I forget what move he reversed, but he like chopped Randy in the back of the neck and then put it back on him because he had it on him for a minute. He got out of it, he chopped it back in the neck and put it back on him again.
Right.
So
right. Chopped him in the back of the who has chops to the back of the neck in the back? First of all, that shit sound like it hurt.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But you said it right though. He wears you down. And if you going 20, 30 minutes with him, eventually you're gonna tire out. And that's exactly what Randy Orton did. So
yeah, he tired out and he put him to sleep, and we'll see. We will see how that goes in the future with Randy Orton and what he's going to do now. Maybe we go ahead and kind of start putting teasers in with him and going after um, uh, Cody Rhodes. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much summed up Bash in Berlin, man. It was a good pay-per-view. The 5-match variety that I've seen mixed results.
I told
That
you
I've
they've
seen
been
mixed.
doing that for the international shows. Yeah, been 5.
Yeah, the seen mixed results and stuff about it, but I'm not mad at it. It's like you said, and what somebody said online was, I forgot who it was. I can't give them credit on what they meant by it, but it gives the stars and the wrestlers and stuff more time to work with, because if we got so many people, we got a time slot, and we got so many so much talent that they can't really show, quote unquote, their talent, because we have to put you in a time slot, and you're not able to really show what you can do in the ring. And for them to have 5 matches, they really won 5 BS matches either. Anyway,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
5 minutes. Yeah, all were meaningful matches.
Mm-hmm.
The show lasted what, maybe 3 hours, maybe not even that long. How long? I think it started around
Yeah, 3 hours.
about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And
So, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm cool with it. Another international show in the books, and we'll be looking forward to the next one once we get that going. So, before we get into NXT stuff like that, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my guy Aaron over at Creative Graphics, who takes care of the t-shirts and everything positive t-shirts and whatnot. I actually got one on as well right now, and again, it's getting close to the hoodie season, and all of these shirts and stuff that you guys see here are available in hoodies and sweatshirts. As we see the two young lady, I actually have this Respect the Hustle on right here on the left, in a t-shirt form, but she has it in a sweatshirt, and can also, as you can see to the right, get it in hoodie. Man, just good motivational products, good quality, and all of that stuff. So shout out to Aaron over there. I will go ahead and put this banner up here, because I was supposed to already, to show you what the website is. You can check it out right there, www.creativegraphics.com. All right. So that leads us into the next pay-per-view that was during the weekend. NXT No Mercy.
You see the real quick. You see the group chat that Joe just posted talking about the tribal chief returns next week. Basically, man, he gonna be on the show next week.
We'll see.
The prodigal son has
The
returned.
prodigal son,
You
man.
ain't been on the show in about 2 months now, man. So.
You better come. You better bring that smoke too, brother. You better bring that smoke too. We got a lot of catching up to do, because if you ain't been ride with the Horsemen, you probably been missing wrestling too. No, I'm just playing. Now you been watching. Shout out to the rest of the Horsemen and stuff, man. Whether they not here to kick it with us or whatever. Like you said, life. We always say life be life, and we can't. We can't control people's work schedule and stuff like that. They want to be here, but hey. They still our boys regardless, and we still got our group chat going and stuff like this. So shout out to the rest of the Horsemen that aren't here. No Mercy. Did you watch the full pay-per-view on that one?
I was in and out of it. Because one of the things was kind of on in the background. I watched, I got the highlights of most of the stuff. So
yeah, I got. I see. I missed the first one. And I think that was Nathan Frazier and Axiom winning the tag titles back, which was so random.
Yeah, I think they.
But I like it though.
Yeah, because one thing about that. Now, I actually personally like title changes happening randomly. Yeah, I like title changes happening on like Raw and SmackDown when you don't expect it. They don't do that a lot here lately. But yeah, I think them, because I haven't been keeping up much with Axiom and Frazier as far as their reign. But I think when they lost the titles, I think it was just a temporary thing to change, to switch it up a little bit, and so they ended up getting those titles back. So
they use that to also, because Chase U, I could see there was something like with Ridge Holland and stuff like that. I saw something coming with that.
Ridge is another one of those wrestlers that is supposed to be a heel. in my opinion.
Yeah, Ridge did the good old heel turn and destroyed Chase U from within. It looks like I don't think that's going to be the last person that's going to leave that because I don't know. It's something about and Thea Hale and Ridge. I think Ridge is going to get Thea to flip. I see. I don't know. I can see it. I don't know why, but I feel like that's going to possibly happen. But it was Axiom and whatchamacallit, man, they are so good in the ring. They have no tag names and nothing special, whatever. It's just Nathan Frazier and his Axiom, and we finna come out here
They
and they
both,
are high fly. They are
as they
great.
go, they both flippy guys, as people like to say.
They are great, bro. Like I've seen a couple of matches and stuff with them, and they're supposed to tonight was supposed to delegate number one contenders for their titles.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it was like a fatal, like either a triple threat or a fatal four match.
I think it's a triple threat. You got
I saw a little bit of it. Yeah,
you got the not the they got the Rascals because they they did
it
it
was.
with the MSK stuff. They Rascals, and then you got somebody else.
Uh,
The other I forgot the name, Hank something or whatever.
yeah,
That
Hank and Tank or something like that.
yeah, something like that. So they got them tonight. I'm gonna check that out after uh the show concludes or whatever. But that was also a good match because they had a good match the time that Chase U won the titles. It was a real good match. I watched that one.
Okay.
But they flipped it this time and we got the heel turn. So interesting in seeing what happens now with Ridge and the destruction of Chase U as we know it. We'll see what's up with that. Zach Wentz actually ended up beating Wes Lee. Now, before that, Zach Wentz actually won the X Division title.
Yeah, over TNA.
Over at TNA the night before. Yeah. So when I saw one of y'all coming, I don't know if it was you in the group that said that TNA was going to get one because they had a champion now. It made sense.
Yeah, well, I said they was going to get it because the only other TNA person was Joe Hendricks, and he wasn't winning the title later on. So you got to give TNA one.
I'm sorry, that was believable. So, I thought that Joe could pull that off. I'm sorry.
You believe. We like
I
believe.
believe.
Evidently, Shawn Michaels don't fully believe all the way because he didn't give him that title shot.
No,
give
but
him that title. So.
But you got to respect it though, because there's always something about believing in people and watching them go through their struggles and stuff to actually get to the mountaintop. And I think that's what they're doing with Joe and stuff like that. He's gonna take some L's, but when he wins,
at the end of the match, you saw Shawn Michaels talking to him, basically saying, the door is still open. You come back whenever you're ready. So we might see him again.
He said any show too. You didn't think I caught that, and I thought that he was actually going to show up on Raw because they were still in Denver. Okay, I thought that he was going to be that extra person that was going to take Bronson Reed because Bronson Reed was out with COVID, and they actually gave it to Braun Strowman. And Braun, well, we'll talk about that.
We ain't seen TNA on any of the main shows yet. So if they do decide to do that, it'll have to be somebody. Who is that guy? Who is that? Who's going to represent TNA on Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah. So, that was a good match with Zach and Wes possibly putting the I don't think that's over with to me. I don't know, because that was one and done. I don't know if that's because maybe he shows up tonight and screws them out of a tag title opportunity as well. To me,
because I didn't watch the whole show, so it may have happened. I ended up.
I don't know. Maybe that can happen or whatever. I just don't see that being because Zach was so hey, that's in the past, and every time they say this,
you're right.
It ain't in the past. It's not in the past. So I'm gonna check that out tonight and see what's what with that. Another match that I did see was Kalani Jordan and Wendy Choo. Put me as a person that loves this dark Wendy Choo thing.
Oh yeah,
the first one with the bubbly, the baby, it was like I
It
don't
was
know
different.
about
It was a
that.
different gimmick. It was a different gimmick.
It was a
The whole
different
sleepy
gimmick
time. Yeah.
with the sleepy time. She was all bright and smiley, and now she is dark and demented and stuff like that. I love it. I
But are
love this
you
new Women's 22.
now
Go ahead.
flipping on the other side? Are you feeling Kalani Jordan as a women's NXT? I mean, women's North American champion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it right now
Yeah, I don't know
because
what it
it's
is.
like
I think
she's
she just
still. I think she's still like working her way
yeah.
in there and stuff. You could tell like her. She was in her bag for this match though. She hit a 450 splash and then did her finisher. You could tell she's still kind of green.
Yeah, and I think with me, I think I need a little bit more on the mic when it comes to promos and stuff. But she's just okay right now. She's not, she hasn't. Anyway, she's a champion. She's okay. She's fine where she is, but there's room for improvement. I'll leave it
I
at
see
that.
what you did there. That's two different things. I saw what you did. She fine with you. I see what you
No,
did there.
no, no.
That's all you
We're
said.
gonna talk about the fine later here in just a second. When we talk
Nah,
talk
y'all
about
late.
when we talk about
Y'all so late because
Jada
okay,
Parker. Yeah.
we'll talk about that. But yeah, no, Wendy Chu ended up losing the match, obviously, but then there was a callback to Tatum Paxley. She's good too. I never seen her, remember when she came over to NXT, everybody was like, what? She is actually really good in the ring. I don't know what, just y'all continue to watch.
Yeah,
She's just
I hadn't watched enough of her to really.
she is good. Now that NXT is starting to become a household Tuesday night show for me because I record it now. I actually record AEW and I'm like 6 episodes behind. I just cannot get over to AEW right now. I just can't.
Yeah, I can't.
I just can't.
And
And
it's funny.
I'm not hating. I just can't get over to that right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's listed. I have YouTube TV, so it's in my library. It records it every week, but I never get around to watching it. It's crazy, but
Same here, brother. Same here. So, but yeah, good match by Kalani. Like I said, she may need some more mic skills and stuff like that. The ring and stuff is looking good. Her future is bright though. I see a place for her to continue to do what she does. But hey, it's some other stuff that can possibly be done. Hey, shout out Boogie with the hoodie. What's going on, man? Appreciate you checking in and rocking with the horsemen and stuff. Continue to check in with us, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Oba Femi, Tony D'Angelo. Hey, Obi becoming that dude, man.
Oh yeah, I'm calling it now. Future World Heavyweight Champion.
Star.
Whenever he gets called up. So here's the thing about that. I don't know. They're not going to be very, very quick to push the WWE title to him, but he can win that world title, the one that Gunther has.
He's star. Hey,
He's
it's only a matter of time before, because look, we got. Hey, he might be the one that take the title off of. He might be the one that take the title off of. God, what's his name? Ego.
Oh yeah. That's the one thing. Like, does he get the NXT title before going to the main roster, or just keep that North American on him? So
no, I think he's gonna get the NXT title. I'm sorry, like, I don't know if he's going to lose that title. Maybe they do with because then they do with Keith Lee. Keith Lee won both, but they let Keith Lee drop the NXT and they had a tournament.
But yeah, it's funny because I saw a comment a few weeks ago that Obi Femi is who Keith Lee was supposed to be. But yeah, Keith Lee didn't have both titles before he left NXT. He had the North American and the NXT title. So yeah.
I like it. That is true. Now that you just said that, Tony D'Angelo, I like that gimmick and stuff with the family and stuff like that. And Tony D'Angelo actually can wrestle too, strong too, man. He was flipping Big Obi. You know what I'm saying? He was there. He a strong cat too. But it wasn't enough to dethrone the champion. Obi Femi retains after two crazy power bombs and stuff like that. So NXT Women's title.
Yes, sir.
Roxanne.
Now, just like you said earlier, that you believe that Joe Hendry was going to win, I believe that Jada Parker was going to win this match. So I didn't
until I was on the Kool-Aid of Jada when she slapped the shit at her and on the show. That was funny.
But it's so funny how people say that all the time. Like, I'll smack the shit out of you, and they never do it. She actually came through when she said, "I'll smack the shit out of you." And pow. Yeah.
Pow.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they gonna probably do that. But I was like, when I was thinking about it, though, Q, I was like, what makes Jada different than Lola, than Thea,
Well,
and stuff like that?
now, it's funny you say that. That was Roxanne's whole point. Is like, I beat all y'all that claim that y'all the next one, all you former athletes, college stars or whatever that come in here. I'm taking y'all out, and she knocked Jada out too. Now, once the match is over with, I see why Roxanne retained, as you see who debuted.
Yeah, Julia.
Julia.
That's
So
we already knew. We already
yeah,
knew that's where that was going.
that was going. Yeah.
And that may be the one that she dropped. I even saw rumors that WWE already doing renders with Julia holding the NXT title.
Oh wow.
Crazy, right? But that's what everybody was shooting for. But you know what? Roxanne Perez ain't going. These people got Roxanne messed all the way up,
Yeah.
man.
Oh
Because
yeah.
that girl she's so good, bro.
And she
She's
has.
good ring, and she's the total package, bro. She might be little in stature, but man, she puts on great matches and stuff. And
I forget the stat, but they mentioned that at the end of the match. It's something with her and Oscar. I think she's had more title defenses than Oscar had, or maybe they're tied with Oscar. I don't think she's had the length, because Oscar had that title for almost like 2 years. I don't think it's been like that, but it's something with her. Like, she's either had more title defenses with that NXT women's title than Oscar did. So yeah, they definitely love Roxanne Perez, and she's definitely going as one of those NXT stars that you can't wait to see what she does on the main roster.
now the other one, Jada Parker. They say OTM. Like, I don't even really know who OTM is. I just know Jada Parker.
Yeah,
Jada
well,
Parker, she holding that whole faction down there,
Yeah.
because I know the two brothers that she have with her or whatever. Because they actually, you know what? They may be in a triple threat match for the tag team titles. I think it may be those
They have
guys.
been, well, the NXT that I've watched for the past few weeks briefly, I have not seen them on the show, so they may not
No,
be. Yeah,
they were on they were on the pay-per-view talking noise, or because they were talking to Hank, the Hank and Tank
okay.
Guys, talking their stuff in the back in the locker room, where they walking up and stuff like that. I'm trying to go through my trash here, because I actually deleted the email on what's supposed to be going on NXT tonight. Here we go. So Trick Williams is going to he had a match with Pete Dunne. Roxanne come out and say something. No, it was the Tank Ledger and Hank Walker, the Rascals, and Gallus.
Oh yeah,
Gallus was the third.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
Gallus was the third team, and Ora Mensa and Lexis King was the other match and stuff that they promoted on there. But anyway, Jada Parker.
Miss Parker.
Jada. Oh my gosh, I ain't gonna call her hood, but her gimmick, man, is just chef's kiss, because it's pure. That shit ain't fake.
Right.
She was like, I got next. You actually believe it. Like, when she talk, you know what I'm saying? And then when she get in the ring, she backs it up. Now, while we giving her flowers, I'm going to give some criticism and stuff, because it looks like her cardio and stuff in her performance and stuff is a little lacking right now.
Well, she is carrying a little bit more in the back than Roxanne is. So.
Well, that's her finishing move. Anytime
it actually came back to her, because that's what she ended up running into the ring, the barrier with, and then she was kind of her backside and kind of holding her hip area. So
that little mama said, she wouldn't have moved.
Yeah.
If
you follow Samantha Irvin on Twitter,
Samantha Irvin, you are a mess with yourself. Anyway, but yeah, no, if she can continue, like, I see what they're doing with Roxanne. They putting on for these younger women, the younger generation, your Thea Hales, your Tatum Paxleys, your Jada Parkers, your Lola Vices, all of these women and stuff that she putting, those have all been good matches. and she's not only showing how great she is, as in Roxanne Perez, but she's showing how good and how great these ladies in the future can be if they continue and stuff like that. So I see what they're doing with that. And after Julia, the feud with that, I think Roxanne is on her way up, and she's going to be on her way up, and she's going to do some good stuff. SmackDown or Raw, wherever she goes next. But Jada, she got next, man. Like I said, it looks like she gets tired throughout the match and stuff like that, but that's only going to come with more matches, more experience and stuff like that, and stuff. So, but yeah, shout out Jada Parker, man. Love what I see out of her. And then the last one was Ethan Page and Joe Hendry. We kind of gave away the ending to that with Ethan picking up the win, and Trick Williams, out of all people, happened to count to 3, even because that thing that's not done either.
Right. So here's the thing, and I think the biggest thing that came out of this match is, of course, Pete Dunne interfered at the end or somewhere in the match. And then did you see the diss track that
I did not.
You gotta go back and watch that. Trick dropped on Pete Dunne. So yeah, it's funny, man. You gotta watch it.
I gotta go back and check that out. That's crazy.
Calling him a butch and talking about PD, you look like this. You're like, yeah, it's fun. It's a funny video. You got to check it out.
I'm going to go check that out. So Ethan wins the title. We're interested in seeing retains the title, and we're interested in see where he goes. What do you think about Ethan Page?
I mean, he's okay. I mean, granted, again, only because I have not watched NXT faithfully, I know of Ethan Page from his AEW days and the feud he had with Trick leading into their match, but I haven't really been following him much since he became champion, to be honest with
you. Yeah. So, but no, that pretty much concluded. It was a dope pay-per-view, though. I missed the first match, the first 2 matches and stuff, but every match was good enough to keep me in my seat and watching live once I was able to get in there and check everything out. So shout out to everybody who watching NXT No Mercy and checking out the show tonight. I already know what happened, but I'm on the West Coast, so I'm not going to figure out for another hour or so of what's going to go on. So quick Raw recap. Thoughts and stuff on Raw. Let's see. We had
we mentioned CM Punk, because I think did CM Punk open the show?
It came a little bit later. They came a little bit later in the show. Terror Twins, the Terror Twins, and the Yeet Movement.
Yeah,
finally comes together.
I'm not gonna say I called this, but in my head it was gonna be a mixed tag match, and Damian Priest wasn't gonna be able to participate because he was focusing on Finn Balor, and then Rio's gonna go as Jey Uso. Well, it was similar to that, but now you had Damian Priest needing a partner, and Rhea went to Jey and be like, "Look, can you help my boy out?" They end up tagging up and went after the tag titles with Judgment Day. So, So I'm glad that Jey is still getting involved in that, because at least they've fallen back through with some of the stuff they did earlier, a few weeks with him. So I like when they follow through with stuff. So.
Yeah, it was a good match. They actually ended up getting the win over the tag title, the tag champion. So
it was a non-title.
It was a non-title. It was non-title. So maybe that'll be a callback to maybe if Damian wants to do that and see if Jey would do that, because they're supposed to be Sammy, but we see that Sammy is also now in the title picture with.
I was just about to say, like, because it is a clip on Twitter right now. If you go back and watch. When Gunther's in the ring and Sammy's music hits, you actually hear him say, like, "Really? Seriously? Like this dude?" So it's like we're doing Sammy again. So,
but think about it though. Like, he just beat you.
Yeah,
he was the last person. He was the last person to be, and that's the claim to fame that they're going to make this match the way it is. Even though we've seen it already, that was his claim of fame of going ahead and going after the titles, because I beat you already. We know that's not going to happen, but maybe we'll have a good quality match and stuff again with Gunther and Sami Zayn on that, because it's believable, because again, he beat him at Mania or SummerSlam. SummerSlam, was it? What was that? Mania?
It was
Mania.
before man. It had to be before Mania because he ended up winning the title at Mania, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he
it
won the
was
title
the
at
title at
Mania.
Mania.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so he
Real quick before we get too much in Raw, new commentator. How did you feel about Joe Tessitore on the mic at Raw?
I was he sounds good. Uh
Yeah, I believe so. I think so
I
too.
don't know if he's, familiar with a lot of the move sets
So
because it was moves and stuff going
yeah,
on and didn't really
that's what I'm
he
about to
didn't really
say.
say anything, but I think Joe did pretty good to hold his own. He is a wrestling fan because I was looking at WrestleMania, shout out to WrestleMania, looking at some videos and stuff on how he was watching back in the day with Big John Studd and all of those guys and things like that. So I think Joe did pretty good. Again, he didn't know the terminology of the move sets and stuff. I think he was actually watching as a fan, like you and me sitting at the table at that time or whatever. But I think he did pretty well. He held his own. And it's only going to get better. So I mean, I'm cool with it, and I think with whatchamacallit by his side and stuff to kind of bring him
Right.
along. Yeah, but Wade Barrett. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact because we've seen this in the past. At least we know he's a fan. He knows the wrestlers' names. We got to give him props for that because we've had some that did not know how to pronounce certain wrestlers' names.
Right.
But even though he was kind of getting under my skin because he kept saying Jay Cargill, the way he was saying Cargill just was irritating me. Just say he was saying Cargill or something like that. Yeah, I think he said Jay Cargill. But other than that, that's the only thing I heard that I didn't like. But yeah, he knows the wrestlers' names. He's gonna learn the moves because some of that stuff I think you kind of have to blame the production people. Like you got to give them some notes or something on what these moves are called. But
Oh yeah.
he gives that.
That's for Wade to jump in and stuff too.
Yeah, and he gives that sports announcer voice that I like in football and basketball and things of that nature. So
Yeah. So no, I was cool. I'm cool with that. So they made a nice little transition and stuff, and looking forward to see how he continues to get better and stuff there. Yeah, we talked about Gunther and stuff. That's his next opponent with Sami Zayn and
we're
stuff like
gonna get
that.
we're gonna get a was it a 8-man tag found with the Y6 and Alpha
Yes.
May. So
Yeah,
was
that should
made.
be the culmination of this rivalry.
Yeah, hopefully this be
Please,
the end of this feud. Yeah,
I think that this is enough. We can go ahead and try to go with something else and stuff after that. Uncle Howdy came out talking. That was kind of weird. And accepted the match. So we'll have the American Made and the Y6 for the final time on next Monday. Also, we finally had the final spots taken up for the IC title match and stuff with Braun Strowman returning, and he's able to pick up the victory, sore ribs and all, after being drove through a short dog Cadillac Seville, 86 short dog Cadillac Seville. They don't really use those rear cars.
Yeah,
they use them old cars when they're doing little spots and stuff like that. But he was able to pick up the win and get that final spot. So we have Jey Uso, we have Braun. Who else do we got?
all those people that won last week, I forget.
I
know
forgot.
there was another match tonight, and I think it was that night. Did Ilya Dragunov, did he win that his match? Because he was in one too with Dragon Lee and Dom Mysterio. So yeah, I think yeah. So yeah, Dragunov won. So he's one of them. Yeah.
So yeah, Dragunov did win. And there was one more person, I think. Let's see. Anyway, they all gonna lose. Whoever it is gonna lose to whatchamacallit. So they're teasing it because Braun Breaker was back there with messing with Jay with the whole Yeet thing and just told, they had a nice little promo. Don't know if they're gonna do it just yet. Because I don't know if they want Jay to take another L right now.
Right. That's the thing. So
I don't think that's going to happen.
The fact that they now I will say this. Now it would, because I'm still waiting on Jimmy Uso to come back. I don't know what the holdup is, but they keep bringing up family between us two. How my family used to whoop your family all the time, and vice versa between Braun Breaker and Jay. Let's say you do put the title on Jay, and let's say Jimmy helps him win the title somehow. You know, he can come out since you want to bring a family. He can come out either distract Braun Breaker or do whatever to cause him, you know, Jay to get that win. And maybe that's how we get Jimmy back as opposed to him going after the bloodline for what they did to him. So
I don't know. I'm interested in seeing who's going to come out of that match because I forgot who the other one was, the other person, because I'm trying to see. Maybe it may be Ilya though, because you remember, because they didn't finish that match because of that and stuff like that.
Breaker,
and that's why I think that will save Jay from that match right now, because that could be the person that takes the title off of Breaker,
right,
for his first singles title. But I don't think they're going to do that right now because I think that Judgment Day is going to get involved. That's costing Jimmy an opportunity, and it leaves Ilya, who has no, beef or anything with anybody right now, that wants to get back at Breaker, because of what he did to him or whatever. So I think that Ilya Dragunov would be the person who wins this fatal four-way that's going to go on to face Braun Breaker. Let's see. I think we covered everything. CM Punk got beat down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, let's talk about that. Wait a minute. Was that? I think it was real. I think it was fake. But that rope thing with Rhea, I think that was staged or whatever to try to get her. Because the way that she was sitting on the ropes and then she just happened to push her and she caught her leg. I think they had to do something to kind of sell that.
Well, I mean,
but it did look dangerous though, man. It looked crazy.
Because so here's the thing: even toward the end of the night when she came out doing Jay and Priest's victory, she was still limping, like she was really hurt. Like they even showed videos after. Maybe she was selling the whole night. Maybe she was, but they were showing videos afterwards where they were doing the whole yeet thing with the crowd, and she was kind of doing it on one leg because she was still kind of favoring that knee or ankle that got tied up in the rope. So we'll see.
No, that was crazy how that happened or whatever. I was like, if there was,
it did give her an excuse. It did give her an excuse to have a crutch that she ended up hitting on Tack and Liv with. So maybe it was part of a setup or a work. So
interesting outcome there, because that's kind of crazy to do that spot. Them ropes, man. Them ropes ain't no joke. But I think that she did do that on purpose to kind of get that going to, kind of get everybody on her side of her being injured and she's not going to be in this match or whatever. So
now one injury that was real, dog. Kyrie Sane almost got her eye poked out.
Bro,
when she showed that she had to get stitches.
I saw that on WrestleMania or whatever. That she gave a thumbs up and said that she was all right. But hey, that was crazy. And I think Bianca actually helped her. Was trying to help her to try to get to avoid it. But hey, it didn't work out. So hope that Kyrie's okay and that eyes intact and everything is good. So another thing, we were asking for him, we got him, and then 3 weeks later we lost him. We're gonna holler at you, Odyssey Jones. What in the hell happened?
So again, this is on Twitter. We know it first came up because they noticed that he was no longer listed on the roster on the website. I tell you what, these folks on the internet be looking for stuff when they don't need to be looking for stuff. Like why you? So I don't know if someone got wind of it. So you start seeing that first, and then of course he didn't show up on Raw, and then it comes out that he's been fired, and one of the reasons where he was a domestic violence allegation. And then I go back and see videos on Twitter where I guess I don't know if it's a former girlfriend or whatever was posting all this stuff about him being a woman beater. Like anytime somebody commented about Odyssey Jones, this person would make a comment about him beating women. And I think all that transition got back to WWE and was like, yeah, bro, we got to let you go. Because and I saw something. This was I don't know if it was his second incident, but he had a similar incident earlier, and they kind of gave him a slap on the wrist. It wasn't necessarily domestic violence, but it was something else that he did.
That's probably why, because he got drafted, and I saw him in NXT. He got drafted, and then he was he was gone for it. Everybody kept asking like, where is he? Like he got drafted. Everybody's like, where is Tegan? Or Tegan had a real bad knee injury.
Well, when he first got drafted, he was doing some stuff with WWE's NIL deal. So a lot of these athletes that are in NXT now, they got NIL deals, and he was one of those kind. Him and Titus O'Neil was one of those kind of spokespeople that were going to college campuses, basically scouting these people and offering. So he was doing that for a while, but I don't know when these whole allegations started. But I guess when it's another thing too. Now, granted, trust me, I'm not talking bad about women doing this, but anytime you do anything, they may not necessarily tell on you right away. They hold that information. So yeah, we didn't hear anything this stuff about Odyssey Jones until he came back on TV. So once he shows up on TV and now all the bright lights are on him, now let's bring up all this dirt that we got on him that we've been kind of collecting and saving. So
I'm going to double down on that only because like our wife and stuff do this stuff too to us.
yeah,
Like, they gonna have a card to play, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna put that bullet in the chamber. They gonna put that in the chamber off to the side, and when they get a chance to use it, they gonna use that shit. I actually believe that now. Like I said, I'm also going to say that now all women do that. We're not saying that this girl didn't get or allegedly didn't get abused or whatever. I'm not trying to say that because we got enough of that BS out there now where you can barely tell the truth between a lie because everybody's going to get behind the guy or and the girl. We already got that confusion and stuff like that out there, but it was interesting timing because that hit fast and it tumbled into him being fired, and now the story is coming out, and I really hate that for him because it's like you don't get opportunities like this. You know what I'm saying? You do not get opportunities like this, and for you to go out here, even if it was before, and you have got to have self-discipline, man.
Yeah,
you cannot have people out here
any stupid decision you make can always come back and bite you.
It's gonna always come back and bite you, and guess what it did? So to the indies you go if they want to touch you. You know what I'm saying? Very unfortunate situation, and we'll get more news with Odyssey Jones being fired from WWE as well. So that leaves New Day. I don't know.
Yeah, so we didn't see Xavier Woods tonight. It's so funny too because he tweeted doing this whole thing.
I didn't do this.
This ain't got nothing to do with me. He said, "Don't blame me for this. Ain't got nothing to do with it." But
take that tweet now because now he see how serious that stuff is.
Yeah. So we didn't see Xavier Woods, but I don't know if you noticed, we did see Kofi talking to Adam Pearce at backstage, and Gunther walked by and kind of like looked at Kofi and kind of laughed and walked out. And then Kofi was like, "So maybe we get a Kofi Gunther match, even though we know Kofi's not gonna win it. You can always if you just want to throw opponents at Gunther during his reign, maybe Kofi gets one of those title shots."
And Xavier gets mad at that.
If you still want to go that route, I mean, you can, yeah.
Because we got to continue this breakup. I'm sorry, we got to continue this. We got to keep this going.
It don't have to,
And you can say that all you want to. They ain't the Horsemen, okay? Let's see. I know they ain't us, but they ain't Rick and Arn and Tully and all them guys. Another thing I noticed online, because like we always say, WWE has their little nuggets and stuff that they show. The Miz did an interview with Kathy Kelly. Did you see it?
I don't think I saw that.
So, synopsis: talking about Bronson Reed now that he quote unquote squashed Braun Strowman. He said he was going to double back and he's going to go after the Miz. And the Miz just did his thing about talking about who I am. I'm, this and stuff. People forgot about who I am. Da 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 da. I'll be able to hold my own. Stuff like that. Blah blah blah. And then Kathy was like, "Well, your tag team partner, who seems to be doing well, sent you a package through me to give to you." And he was like, "Why the hell would he send you a package to give to me? I'm his tag team partner." Which, truth just being truth,
yeah.
Stuff like that. So he ended up sending him a thing like, "Hey, Miz, this is our truth." on a piece of paper.
All right.
He was like, I see that you had a rough go of it lately, more or less, and here is a gift from me to you from the Cleveland Rockies or whatever. And he was like, the Cleveland Rock,
Cleveland
what is
Rockies.
that? And he
And the
brought out a belt. It was the Colorado
Colorado
Rock.
Rockies. No, I missed that, bro. I missed that whole
The
segment.
Colorado Rockies belt or whatever. He was like, it's the Colorado Rockies. Da, 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 da. So he's talking and laughing. And our boy, God, what's his name? God dang it. Karrion Kross comes in, clapping too. And man, Karrion Kross is messy,
So yeah,
bro.
I saw that part. I saw him kind of standing behind the Miz. I just missed the first part of it. But yeah,
He is messy. So he was just like, he was talking to him about R-Truth and Bronson. He's like, you may need some help with that. Basically, it's like, call on us if you need some help dealing with it or whatever. And then as he was leaving, the part that you saw, he was standing behind him, said something. He was like, because what's called, they had the belt on him. He was just like, don't you remember when that used to be the world heavyweight title?
wow.
And walked off, and Miz just kind of was just looking like, damn. And it was so cool, man. Karrion Kross is messy, and he plays those mind games, and that's why I know that he's got a spot here. They just got to continue to fine tune it, even if they got to break up, the group or whatever. Karrion Kross does have a spot in the WWE. They got to continue to fine tune that. They pretty much covered the show. I think we talked about
a lot of wrestling this week, but yeah. And look, they ain't even talking about AEW because I want to say they got another. I think All Out is this weekend. They just did All In. I think All Out is this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot of wrestling.
Oh wow, yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on, man. That can Raw was pretty decent this week and stuff, and maybe I'll check in with AEW to see what they have going on as well, to see if this pay-per-view is coming up, because Ricochet made his debut at All In. Don't know what kind of I don't know what kind of pop he got or whatever.
He got a decent pop at All In. He had a match on Dynamite too. I didn't see that one against Kyle Fletcher. So I'm curious how his reaction was on Dynamite.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go back and check those out and stuff as well.
Real quick, because we talk about AEW, just popped in my head. So you follow Mercedes Moné? So a couple days ago, she was dressed, like Shinsuke wears those little one pieces almost with the bell bottoms. So she had a similar outfit on back in the locker room, and she was doing Shinsuke's little dance.
Yeah, she was doing.
And Bailey commented, was like, "Oh yeah, that was great. A little offbeat, but we'll work on that though, because she was kind of offbeat. Like when she dropped down before the beat drops and all this kind of stuff. So
it's crazy.
Bailey was like, we'll work on that. But yeah,
Bailey telling somebody that's offbeat. Bailey Black, man. Okay, shout out Bailey, man. Bailey, let me find out you can dance and stuff and you got rhythm, Bailey.
Oh man, Bailey invited to the cookout, man.
That's cool. They said Bret Hart invited to the cookout too, because he didn't put a lot of black people. He took a picture with black people and hang out.
I mean, he married to a sister. I think he's dated a couple before her. So yeah.
Okay,
Bret know what he likes. So yeah.
Okay, then Bret Hart, follow the Black Fool husband, brother. Real quick before we get off the man, because we've been talking, man. It feel like forever because we had it's like that because we had multiple pay-per-views and stuff going on,
a lot of stuff to cover,
and stuff like that. So real quick, our Black Four Horsemen beta day, and I asked you, Mr. Q here. NFL season's about to start Thursday. We got our first game, the Chiefs and the Ravens and stuff.
We got Thursday game or Friday game.
Thursday or Friday, and so
Sunday lineup. Yeah.
I don't know if you had a chance to take a look, but who are your playoff teams this year for the NFL?
I'm literally looking up this now because again, this has been a topic on all the sports morning shows that I've seen. So I'm literally just looking at the list of NFL.com, so I know who's in what division. So the AFC East, I'm just gonna start with what I see. AFC East, I think I'm taking Buffalo Bills to win that division. AFC North, I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens to win that division. AFC South, Houston is on the come up. I know I'm in Tennessee. I know I'm gonna get a lot of Titans fans probably upset with me, but I'm going with the Houston Texans. Win the South. The AFC West. I mean, until Patrick Mahomes retires, it's gonna be the Chiefs. So that's the 4 division winners. Now there's 3 wild card spots. So for AFC. So I think one of those spots is gonna go to the Miami Dolphins. One of those spots is probably gonna go to. Let me just fit up. One of them is gonna go to the Chargers. I think the LA Chargers will get one.
Whoa!
Because it's Chiefs gonna win the division. So the other team in there, I think because experience. I mean, the Raiders don't have a quarterback right now. That's gonna the Broncos got the Broncos are starting Bo Nix. And anybody down here that are Ole Miss fans, they saw Bo Nix at Ole Miss. He had that 1 year with Oregon and he became a first round pick, but he's still Bo Nix. The Broncos not gonna do that.
Man, you got Bo Nix messed up, man. Shout out Bo Nix on Oregon, baby. Shout out Bo Nix, man.
Oh yeah, you're an Oregon fan. That's why you know. I know him from his time at Ole Miss. So I picked 2 division winners, 2 wild cards. Because if he stays healthy, I think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets may get that other one. So you look at that's 3 teams. If you include the division winner, that's 3 teams coming out of the AFC East. Okay. So to recap the AFC, and I'll quickly do the NFC. So I got Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Ravens, Texans, Chiefs, and Chargers. Okay. Quickly, NFC, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm going to roll with the Cowboys. I don't give a damn. So NFC East winners, Dallas Cowboys. The North is the Lions. The Detroit Lions are like the Cinderella team last year, and I think that continues this year. NFC South. The NFC South is one of those things where you can literally flip a coin 4 different times and come up with 4 different winners.
No, the fuck you can't.
I know. Grant, I'm gonna pick your team because I get it. Because of those teams listed, the Falcons will probably win the NFC South.
Thank you.
As far as the NFC West, it's the 49ers. As much as I don't like to mention their name as a Cowboys fan, it's the 49ers. So those are the 4 division winners. The wild card spots. Even though I think similar to last year, the Eagles are gonna fall at some point. I think they do win enough games to get a wild card spot. So the Eagles will win one. So I'm a victim every year because I do fantasy football as well. I'm a victim of hard knocks. I end up falling in love with a team doing hard knocks, and they always end up falling in love with those players. They always end up disappointing me. I'm gonna continue that trace because the NFC South wild card is gonna be the Chicago Bears. They was featured on NFC. They was featured on Hard Knocks this year, and I think they'll get one of those spots. And I'm actually gonna come back to the North because I think the Packers. No, I picked 2. So I only got 1 more wild card team. It's either gonna be the Packers out of the North or the Rams out of the NFC West. I don't. People believe him. I don't believe in Jordan Love. I know people do. I don't. So let's drop the Packers. I think the Rams get their last wild card spot. So recap the NFC. You got the Cowboys, the Eagles, Bears, Lions, Falcons, 49ers, Rams.
You actually got the Bears going to the playoffs.
Yes, as a wild card spot. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I'm going to go with in the AFC. We're going. I'm gonna go Buffalo to win the division. I'm gonna go Buffalo to win the division there. The AFC North, I got the Ravens. The AFC South, I have the Texans. Mm-hmm. And then AFC West, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. And so then my playoff,
the 3 wild cards.
My 3 wild cards, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello, we forgot about them.
No, they were on the edge of mine. So yeah, they just didn't pull.
And then I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes or whatever. He got the weapons, but can Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers? A little bit of what we remember, we shall see.
Yeah.
So those are my teams. In the NFC, I got the Eagles winning the division.
I don't believe
I
in
can
I don't believe in that coach, but go ahead.
I
Continue.
mean, you don't believe in the coach, but I got the Eagles winning the division because I think that the defense and stuff that they're going to do, I think they've done enough to address their side of the ball because they were kidnapped and sold off into I don't know what
Yeah, they
because
forgot how to play the second half of
they
the season
forgot how to
last year.
play the second half of the season. So I think that the Eagles win their division. I got the Lions. I like the Lions. They're going to win their division. The NFC South, obviously the Atlanta Falcons. That's enough to say there. And then the NFC West, obviously, is going to go to San Francisco. Now, for the 3 wild card teams, we got the Dallas Cowboys. I think they'll do enough to get back in there. The Green Bay Packers, I got that. And then I will take the LA Rams.
Okay.
Chicago Bears are
So
not
we
there
only different. We
yet.
only different. Yeah, we only different in the couple one wild card team in the NFC and one wild card team in the AFC. Because you had the Bengals. I had the Chargers.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait, man. Football gets started on Thursday. Man, we're football people just as much as we are wrestling and stuff like that. As you can see, you got Cowboys here, a couple of other horsemen and stuff like that. You got they're 49er fans and stuff, and I'm Falcons and stuff like that. So we're all over the place with that. But look, man, we appreciate you guys rocking with us for this episode, man. We are 21 episodes down now, bro. Can you believe that? 21 ever since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We debuted that night because we was like, forget it, we're going to get this started and we're going to go. And so we're 21 episodes and we appreciate everybody subscribing and rocking with us. You can see all the information and stuff down below if you want to get with us on Instagram, X, Spotify, and all of that good stuff, man. We really appreciate you guys rocking with us. When you're on YouTube, don't forget to cut on the subscribe, but cut on the notification bell and stuff. So once we hit that live button and we go live, you guys are streaming with us as we go along. So with all that being said, man, it's the Black Four Horsemen. We are out. We appreciate it. Maybe we said we have a special returning member of the Four Horsemen finally next week. We'll see what that's all about. Appreciate it. Thanks you for Miss Lovely LaRue for dropping by. Thank you for the subscribe. Hey, put your other people on us and stuff too, man. We appreciate you that. But Black Four Horsemen, we out this thing. We appreciate you.
Peace.